Oh yeah, it might help if I turn on the sound. Hey, that's great. Thanks, Osho. And then it's gonna start doing this stupid. Yeah, so I'm not going very hard. I've got like medium settings, like 4.5 megs. I've got a 45 meg upload. This should be like nothing to it. That's what's driving me nuts. Well, I'm just gonna keep going. Osho, we got sound now. What is freaking going on? It's driving me nuts. Should have plenty of bandwidth here. Let's see what my shall we see what my bandwidth is here? I bet you anything it's just fine. Yeah, that's pretty good down. And up should be just the same. That's kind of funny. Well, where did so here's my upload. My up is 35 megs a second. I've got nothing else really going on in the house. Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, let's just go. Let's just go with this and see what happens and see if it messes up again. So, I owe you guys an explanation. It's buffering again. Says good connection. Okay. I owe you guys a little bit of an explanation because I've delayed this stream about 10 times, it feels like. So we did a stream probably, I don't know, what was it, like, had to have been a month ago. I think it was the last stream. And the reason why I haven't done one since, we had a few different things. So the wife had a tonsillectomy, so I was out for a couple weeks helping her, especially with the boys, you know, keeping track of all that stuff. Yeah, I know. You had to go back through and find the stream again. I honestly don't know why it's having an issue. I am hardwired in. I've got killer speeds. I don't honestly know why YouTube is giving me that issue. So anyways, yeah, I was out for a couple weeks with that, and then we just had a few other things going on that was giving an issue. Is it jumping again, guys? It feels like looks like it's being stupid again. Let me check out. Let's see. Dang it. All right. Well, maybe we'll have to do something else. Let's see. I'm going to try to pull it up here on my phone. Hey, yeah. Okay. I'll try to monitor it like that a little bit. Anyways, so yeah. So anyways, yeah, we had some family stuff going on, and then I just kind of delayed it to take care of the wife and like things like that. And so now I thought we'd just go into a few things I want to talk about. I also threw out my back about an hour ago, so this is gonna be fun. I've got a little pillow back here, kind of keeping my back in line here. Like 2-second pauses. That's blech. Yeah, Graham, tonsils suck from what I've heard from my wife to get out, especially while you're when you're an adult. And the doctor said it's because a lot more nerve endings grow when you're an adult and from when you're younger, and so it just hurts more, which sucks. So Man. Let's see here. Anyways, let's just keep powering through. Which is weird. Why would it do that when I have motion in my stream? It would mess up like that. That drives me nuts. I'm not doing any. I'll even show you my ATEM settings. So I'm streaming medium on YouTube on their primary server. I guess I could stop recording. I mean, I kind of do that as a backup. Let's do that and see if that helps at all. But it's just weird because I've got a really good speeds, really good upload speeds, and it's kind of stupid. Anyway, so anyways, I got a few things going on that's kind of preventing me from streaming, and I've kind of realized that the Thursday probably wasn't going to work too well, mainly because it's still being stupid. Sorry, guys. I kind of figured that like Thursdays are a little tough. My kids are going to school from Monday to Thursday, so Thursday night is a night where we do something fun. So I decided we'll probably end up doing these like Monday nights if we can get around to it. Am I monitoring it via multi-view? I am doing multi-view. Should I just go to program? I don't know if that's going to be a huge difference. Well, I just stopped the recording on the ATEM, Roland, and then I stopped doing multi-view. So let's see if multi-view makes it a little bit coming off of multi-view. It still says I'm having issues. No, it's all good. I'm not asking for any kind of thank you for your concern. We just kind of, there's a few things here and there. It's kind of fun. I'm sure everybody goes through in life. So let me roll back to here. Hey, there I am. So I thought let's try to do these like on Monday, like a Monday night kind of thing, and then we can go over like the tech and things, whatever we want to do that night, just on a chill Monday night instead of going into the weekend. Yeah, maybe Stream High would be better for motion. Osho, that's a good idea. I'll do some tests this week and see if I can get it better. So, there was a couple things I wanted to show you my setup. So, I'm currently borrowing a GoPro because I want to talk about the GoPro 9 a little bit. But I want to show you the setup that I'm using tonight. So we'll go over to that. So it's basically, this is my little cheap mixer that's $100. I've got my microphone, the tried and true SM7. Oh, yeah, multi-view should matter. Yeah. I didn't see any artifacts on my end at all when it came to actually doing this setup. So I don't know. I need to do some more testing. I thought, in my head, we just updated our internet between the last time we did a stream. And so I have a gig down and like 45 to 50 up. And I'm like, that should kill it. Anything I throw at it should be fine. Yeah, as soon as you said that stream is solid, it goes kind of crazy. So anyways, I want to go back to my setup here. So I just have this mixer over here, and we've got my microphone, the SM7B, just coming in to microphone input 1, and then from the iPad, I've got my music here. So if I start up something here, you guys could hear. This music's just coming into these stereo inputs up here. And then I've got a couple different outputs here because I was testing between the two. I've got this stereo. This is like a stereo balanced out. Actually, it's unbalanced. This one's unbalanced. They're both unbalanced, but this one was getting a noise, and I'm not sure why, so I did RCA outs, and then it ended up being just fine. And then I found out why. Even though I just said I didn't know why, I found out why, because I had my iPad plugged in, and I was getting a ground loop. So that happens. Okay, we'll kill the music here. Go away. So, and then I have my iPad here, which is running the Go Button app from Figure 53, I think it is. They do QLab and all that fun stuff. And then I've got the ATEM right here, computer screen, and then the other laptop over here for whatever I need, chat and monitoring the apparently poor stream health. So, yeah. So, and then this lighting, I was actually going to talk about, if you guys haven't checked out Caleb Pike over at DSLR Video Shooter, he actually suggested this setup that I have going on here. So I have just one panel up here. Obviously, all this lighting over here is just accent lighting and stuff like that. It was a $25 strip light from Amazon, and this is just a little bulb I got from Home Depot. But if you've ever gone to, seen Caleb here with DSLR Video Shooter, he suggested this setup, which was a really cool setup because it's all just on one stand. Actually, let's see if I can show you guys. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Roland. It's like, it shouldn't matter. Like this thing is made for, the ATEM is made for streaming, right, and recording simultaneously. There shouldn't be, you know what it was? It's probably when I took it apart, right? The video where I took it apart, that probably had some lasting stupid thing happen to it. So let's see here. So I'm going to go to this camera and forgive some of the other stuff around. So I just have the one light up here, and then I've got it on this stand, and then there's the primary camera right here, which is let's see if I can get that down a little bit. This is a Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera, the original one, and then the GoPro is just right here on a stand. This has been like a really easy setup because it's just super quick, and I can kind of move it around where I need to. Tommy Callaway's good as well on the lighting, but this was like a cheap way. I think the light up here was maybe $100, and I already had the stand, and the arms coming off the stand were like another $20 or $30. It wasn't a lot. So anyways, I wanted to, now that we kind of got that out of the way, I wanted to look at a couple of things. And the reason why I moved it to tonight instead of last night was because Apple was announcing all their fun stuff, right? So, so I decided maybe we should talk a little bit about that. They had, wrong one, there we go. They announced a bunch of crap today. Well, I wouldn't say a bunch. There's like two things. They had their HomePod Mini, which I was actually kind of hoping for, because this HomePod here, with all this going on here, the HomePod itself was just, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I can't spend that much money on a speaker, at least not that speaker. If I'm going to spend that money, then I thought that I should spend. I'm going to spend it on like a nice speaker that I have over here, a good reference speaker, But they came out with the HomePod Mini, and Roland, no, I used Filmic Pro actually for that. Let's see. So I run it, or I sorry, I was reading that other text from Lex. The cool thing about this guy, this is Filmic Pro, is that it now has a straight a clean HDMI feed out, where, and this was on the last update. So before, you couldn't have a clean HDMI out like you're seeing right now. It had all the little stuff on it. So if let's see, if I go into device, not device, what was it? Hardware, that's what it was. If I take the clean HDMI out, I got to reconnect the thing. I won't do it right now, but it had all the controls on it, and so that's what gave you the crazy stuff. So let's not be on this camera anymore. Let's go back to the computer. And so so they came out with this the HomePod Mini, which I was actually kind of excited about. I mean, if you look around my desk here, if you look around the desk, it's like I'm working on a Mac here. I've got an old school MacBook Air here. I've got an iPad. I've got an iPhone. I've got AirPods over here. You know, I like the Apple stuff, and we kind of stick in that Apple ecosystem in our house because everything just kind of works together. I think they've done a really good job lately on the last couple of years on security. So that makes me feel happy. Let's see. Oh, Lex. Yeah, Lex the CPA. My dad was a CPA. You run everything through the ATEM and then the stream? Yes, that's what I do. I got the ATEM Mini Pro ISO and the Rodecaster Pro, and I'm not sure what goes into what first. One uses for video podcast stream. And you can do that. I've had a lot of people request that. And I think that's what like Rodecaster, what Roland is saying about the Rodecaster. And Roland, that's true. It doesn't have a lot of, well, it has some features, but it's not the best. You'd probably be better just getting a mixer. This mixer over here has EQ, but as you can see, like right here, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm not using much of it. I'm just boosting the high end a little bit, and that's all. So there's not a lot to do with that. Yeah. The other thing to look out for that, I believe, is coming into the ATEM Mini. Some people were getting a ground loop. So just watch out for that, because that could be a bad thing. So yeah, let's go back over here. So the HomePod Mini, and I was watching their thing today, and it was kind of cool. I mean, it kind of sits around your home. It's $100, and that was the kicker right there. I was like, you know, if it's going to be more than $100, I don't think it's worth jumping into that. So, that being said, I'll probably get one. Just we have, you know, the crappy little Amazon Dot, the one that sounded like garbage from a few years ago. I hear they've gotten better, but yeah, the Amazon Dot just sucked back in the day. And then we have a Google Home Mini that came with something that we ordered. I think it was like a Nest product or something. And it's actually better. I prefer it over the Dot because the Dot just sucks, like I said. But the Home Mini actually has a little bit of low end to it. I'm interested to see how this guy will work. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm going to move me over here because I realized on the stream that my picture is right over that subscribe button. That's really funny. The other thing that they came out with today was the iPhones. I don't know what you guys use. I mean, we usually talk about camera stuff and production stuff, which is cool. I was just interested to see what you guys thought of the 12 and the 12 Pro and all that crap, because these, you know, this is the iPhone. Let me see here. I'll pull this up. So this is my iPhone 11 Pro. And before that, I had this guy, which was the 6S Plus, and I had this one for like 4 years, and then I bought this one to replace it. So I skipped a lot of generations on this phone, went to this, and that's what I was hoping to do with this one, and I think I will. The only thing that intrigues me about the new one is the MagSafe, because I always love MagSafe. It's one of the let's see. It's one of the things that I wish they hadn't gotten rid of was the MagSafe. So when they got rid of it and went to USB-C on all the new MacBook Pros, I was kind of almost done with Macs. That wasn't the only reason, but that didn't help. So like my MacBook Air here has the MagSafe. My older MacBook Pro has the MagSafe. All that stuff. Oh, and by the way, if you want to get my attention, I see you guys are chatting. That's awesome. And if you want to get my attention, just do at High Tech on Life, and I'll see that. It'll highlight it for me instead of just listen to me rambling on forever. So, anyways, iPhone 12. I think the cameras are cool. And it's the same design that they had for the iPhone 5, which I think is really funny, at least as far as the shape goes. But that, that's I don't think it's worth upgrading. Like I said, the only thing that would make me upgrade is that MagSafe thing because I think that's cool, especially with accessories. And let me go over to here, especially with like accessories and what was the other thing? Oh yeah, with the accessories and like the cases, and then they have the charging that just clicks on, which is very nice. So let's see. The other thing, so let's get into some camera stuff. That's enough about. I mean, when Apple released like the new watch and the new iPad, it's pretty cool. I think those can be used quite efficiently in our line of work, where a lot of things have iPad apps, like GoPros, for instance, like the GoPro Hero 9, where you can, they've had their app on the iPhone and Android devices for years. So, yeah, Roland, the camera looks amazing on the 12 Pro for sure. And that's another reason that I kind of look into it. But then I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, is it that much better? I mean, am I going to notice, or somebody, is somebody at or the end user, the end viewer, going to notice a difference between my 11 Pro and the 12 Pro Max? Is it really going to be that big a difference, or can I get the shots that I need to get on my 11 Pro? And usually, I can get what I need on the 11 Pro. So there's no real reason for me to upgrade right now. Yes, Lex. Yes, this is the MX Master 3. And I have the regular MX Master somewhere around here. But I got the MX Master 3, and then this is the MX Keys. And this is actually a really cool, weird setup. I'm thinking about doing a video about this later, some other time in the future. But let's see here. Oh, you know what, guys? I want to see something really cool. Let's see if it does it. Okay. I'm going to show you something really cool. Can you guys see the subscribers there at the top? 1,000 subscribers. We just hit that today. I just got an email from YouTube saying, hey, you got 1,000 subscribers. So thank you, guys. Thank you so much. It's been pretty fun. Yeah, so I keep getting off topic here, but yeah, Roland, yeah, the telephoto with the extra zoom, that'd be awesome to have. But let's see. Yeah, and Lex, to your point. Yeah, thanks, Andy. 1,000. So Lex, to your point, yeah, this one right here that I have on the side, this is a Hero 5 that I'm actually borrowing from a friend because he doesn't really use it much anymore. And I went camping this weekend with my boys, and I was like, I gotta have those epic shots, right? Those epic GoPro shots, and so I borrowed that from him. This actually looks pretty good. I'm very happy, and surprisingly, it matches the original Pocket Cinema camera fairly well. I can't adjust anything on the Pocket Cinema camera on the original because because it, with the 4Ks and the 6Ks, you can adjust stuff within here. So you can come in here to the camera and adjust all this stuff, but I can't do that with the original, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But that's okay. Eventually, I plan to get a 4K or a 6K or something. What else did we have here? Oh, that's right. I was going to talk to you guys about the mouse and the keyboard. So, I have a weird setup here. I'm going to show you what I have going on with my other camera here. So, over here, I've got, it's hard to see, but on the side here, I've got 3 laptops and all the cables going up. Yes, my cable management, despite my last video that I published, is not that great right now. But I've got the one screen here, and then above here, I've got a center speaker, and then there's my multi-view up there. But I've got one screen, and so I thought, okay, how can I make this work? I've got this MX keys here, and if you guys know anything about like the MX brand or the MX line from Logitech, you can, at least on the MX keys, and there's one other version called, I can't remember what it's called, but you can sync these to 3 different devices. So I've got these synced to those 3 different computers. And then what I did is I took the HDMI out, and over here I've got just an HDMI switcher right here. So I could jump between the different computers, the 3 different computers, and then it changes it up here for me. And then I just switch over. So it's like, I don't know if I call it a poor man's KVM, but it's oh, that's funny. See, this is what I was talking about, the clean feed. I'm going to flip it over to see what happens. Yeah, see, there it goes. This is what I was talking about. So what you have to do is you have to come into the hardware here, and then you have to say clean HDMI out, and then it says, okay, you got to reconnect. So then if I'll go back to this, and then if I disconnect it and then reconnect like that, then you'll see that it'll come up maybe as a clean feed. It's thinking. It's thinking about it. Maybe I have to turn it off and then turn back on again, like everyone says you have to do. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know what I gotta look in to see why it's stuttering so much. So now if I switch over, look, it's got now it's a clean HDMI signal out. I can still see all the stuff. So like, if you can see on this camera, I've still got the heads up and everything and all the controls, but if I switch over to that camera, it's a clean feed, which is nice. Yeah, Roland, I've heard the ZV-1 is a good choice. I heard the audio, they were trying to make it a little more the microphone more directional in the front, and I heard a lot of YouTubers hated that because they're constantly talking to people, and they they didn't get, they would lose audio from the back, and where the RX 100, I think, picks it up from both sides. Let's see. Yeah, Lex, it's not necessary to actually buy a 4K pocket cinema camera because they're expensive, and yeah, the fundage. The reason why I bought this one over here is because it was like $500, which is a lot less, $700 less than the 4K. So I got it off of eBay used like that, and it came with a memory card and everything. So I was able to use it, and if you set it on RAW, it looks super flat. But if you set it on video mode, it actually, see, the color is okay for this, for streaming. So it actually looks fine. I mean, it's very similar with my eyes. I don't have the best eyes, but it's very similar in my eyes to the GoPro. So they match up okay. Maybe this one's a little more vivid, but they match up okay. So, man, it is an excellent camera. Yeah, I've enjoyed filming stuff on it for sure. Okay, the last thing I wanted to look at was the latest video from Caleb Pike, because he's done some really cool stuff for people like us. I think us in the production side, and let me throw out my picture-in-picture there. And he threw up this Hdmi Mini video here. This guy, there's no audio, so don't expect to hear any audio here, but he came up with this cool little design here for this flip up on the go Hdmi setup with on-off switches, which was awesome. I love that. It's amazing, and he continues to astonish me on what he comes up with. Like there was a kit that he had, like an ENG kit for the Rode Wireless Go mics, which was really cool. But then he came up with this. The only thing that the only downside I see to this is that you have to, let's see if I can find where it's at. You have to cut the back out. So he did a lot of 3D printing as well. So let's see here if he's got it up. Where's a good picture of the back? So right here, let's see if we can get a good picture here. So this is the back, and he had to cut this out of the Pelican case. And that's a tough thing to do if you've got a Pelican case, because the Pelican cases are meant to be sturdy. And so he cut that out. And if I might say, I think my snake would go great back here. My Hdmi snake that I'm using on the back here that I showed in that last video, I think it would look great coming out of there. So I understand why he did this, because there was no other real way to get those out. If you put like this little, he has this little pass through, and it would be difficult to get all those pass throughs out of that. But anyways, I think he did a really good job here. Go check out this video because it shows you how to make it. And if you're on the go like this, I'm usually here in the studio, so I don't really take the Hdmi on the go. But if you need to take it on the go, this is such a great idea. And I really want to give him props for that, because he's come up with some great ideas about that. Let's see. Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about? I kind of need to go ice my back because it's hurting a little bit. So I heard you guys talking about, or I saw you guys were talking about what was the sound devices? Yeah, the MixPres. I would love to get a MixPre. I think those are awesome. Now I have the H6 that you guys have seen before, and this is a good one too. I have had no issues with this one at all. The saving grace of the MixPres is that they can do that 32-bit bit depth, and that is very key, especially if you don't know what environment you're going to be in, because they, if something peaks, or if you record it too low, that when you go into post and either gain it up or gain it down, you're going to retain that information, which is amazing. I actually didn't know about that. I'm an audio engineer, and I didn't know that's what I was doing, but I usually run everything 32-bit when I'm recording. It's just something I've done for probably the last couple of years, and I've noticed a difference in how things sound. Everything just sounds amazing. If I can do 32-bit float 96K recordings for music, then I'll do it. Max for voice recordings, I usually just do 48 because that seems to be enough at 32-bit. So Yeah, Roland, that was really a cool hack. Um I'm tempted to make one, but like I said, I don't really have a reason to do one. So, um anyway, yeah. I'm going to drink some water cuz my throat's getting all crazy. Good stuff. Yeah, the Coke is gone, by the way. I decided to not have an open glass of orange vanilla Coca Cola. I'm the same way, Lex. All I do is research about what I need to buy, and then like I'll pull the trigger on a couple things here and there, but it's really not. Um, it just depends. Like, yeah, I've got some money, but not a lot, and I need to be very selective in what I purchase, so that I can make these things or make these videos and make them decent quality. Now, buying the ATEM here, wonderful idea because I think you guys have gotten a lot out of the videos that I've produced on it, and we're able to do these live streams, which is great. So definitely a good purchase there. I think definitely a good purchase of this guy, the H6, because it's kind of stepped up that audio quality. I had an old version of this that wasn't that great. It was from M Audio. It was called the Microtrack. Yeah, not that great. So let's see. Roland says he's using the Mixpre 6 Mark II with the noise assist dynamic noise removal plugin because you're running an AC in your office. Yeah. I just realized I'm probably covering my face when I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm always hesitant to use noise gates when it comes to voice. There's some guys who can really finesse it and make it sound amazing, but I always have kind of a back and forth with that. I'm gonna actually bring this over here so I can face the camera. It's probably a better idea, so I can face you guys. Oh, thanks, Lex. Yeah, that's an idea I had for making the cable snake. I've always liked a real clean setup coming off of whether it be um, the back of a mixer. I like to have everything nice and clean. Um, yeah, this is a good water bottle, by the way. No, I like having that clean setup, and I decided to do this on the ATEM because it felt like it was uh, it was always a mess coming off of the back of there, and I had all sorts of different HDMI cables that were different types, and it looked ugly. So I just decided to make something that would put all the mess down below my desk, and there is a mess down there right now. I'm not going to lie, there is definitely a mess. Yeah, I think Roland, I think I'm set in terms of equipment for now. I'd really love to have a couple of different pocket cinema cameras just for the functionality on the ATEM software. To be able to actually go in here and adjust things here, I think that'd be super cool to do. But I need, I don't have $1,200 or $1,300, right? I got to wait till they start coming up used. Oh, yeah, sorry, I misspoke on. It's a machine learned based computational denoiser. I'm glad. And, of all the sound companies to, of all the sound companies that I would trust to do something like what the Mixpre has, what you're describing, Roland, that I trust them because they know what they're doing. They're a very established company and they've only made great products from what I've seen. And yeah, Lex, I'm glad you're a CPA. Someone has to do it. My dad was a CPA. He passed away about 3 years, just over 3 years ago. But he was a CPA, had his own firm here local, and yeah. So, let's see. Lex, I'm glad you got your SM7B. It's a good microphone, as you can tell. It sounds pretty good, I think, on the stream. Yeah, I could probably come up a little bit more actually if I do that. Bloop. Okay. Yeah, keep watching the videos because the more views it has, the better. Let's see. The plugin is like a Cypress DNS2. Oh, yeah. So it's like a Cypress DNS2, except it's a tenth of the price, which is always nice. Yeah. So that's cool. Well, I mean, whatever works, right? Whatever floats your boat and makes things functional, right? Because it's really about ease of function or ease of use. So if I jump over to this view again, where I've got everything kind of set up in front of me, I wouldn't mind getting a different mixer, maybe one that has a little bit more processing in it. But this actually sounds pretty good. It's just a straight up analog mixer, and it does pretty darn good. I've been very happy with it. So let's see. Yeah. So, we've been going for about just over 40 minutes. So let's go ahead and call it there. I've got to go ice my back and lay down for eternity. So, let's plan on doing another one of these next Monday. If you got any other friends in the production side of things, and we can just have a little chat. You guys have been helping each other in the chat, which has been great. And then we will take it from there. Okay, Roland, I would almost agree with you on the RE20, but the 7, and I wouldn't say necessarily for the proximity effect, because the RE20 does have proximity effect. It's not as crazy as this, right? But I would say the reason to get the RE20 is that you don't need any kind of signal booster for the RE20. The SM77B is a low output microphone, and it needs that extra like 20 to 25 dB boost. Now I'm using it just straight into my mixer here, and I've got the preamp cranked. So if I come over here, I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see, but the preamp right up here is just cranked. But it sounds good. There's not a lot of noise. I would almost say, Lex, if you can get both in, so if you can order from Amazon and get both, then you can try them both out and see which one sounds better on your voice, because I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things where the RE20 sounds really good, and I've done a lot of things where the SM7 sounds good. I think the SM7 sounds better on my voice, but it really just depends on the timbre of your voice, right? I remember this one time when I was in school, we had a really expensive Neumann mic, a U87, that we were doing vocals with, and we did a shootout between that one, which cost $3,500, and another one from Audio-Technica called the AT4040, and that one, I want to say that one's like sub $1,000, maybe over a little bit, but he sounded better. The guy sounded better on the AT4040 than the $3,500 microphone. And so you get both if you can afford, just for like a little bit, to have both and try your voice, and then send back the one you don't like. We live in this age where people accept returns like that. They don't have an issue with it. Let's see. Let me go through a couple of these here. Let's see. Is that an iPad to the left of your mixer? Yeah, it is. That is an iPad Mini, like 2nd gen. It's really old. But yeah, that's an iPad. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Don't let us hold you up. Go back. Yeah, I'll go and ice the back. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Let's see. I'll be there. yes, thanks for tuning in, Lex, and all you guys. I wanted to see who was on here. We got Graham, Lex, Roland, and the O Show. Nice. Awesome, guys. Okay, well, I'm going to end it there. And I think that we'll go for Monday next week. We'll see what happens. Okay, guys, if you have any other questions, Lex, you could do that if you wanted to, the SM7B for yourself and RE20 for guest. If you're doing video as well, though, looks kind of cool to have the same microphone. But okay, I'm really going, guys. Okay, let's do some parting music, shall we? Hey, okay. All right, guys. I will see you next week.